To make a long story short, the train snuck up right behind me while it was arriving at the station, so here I am. And I wanted to continue on the last subject on the last trip that I took. Recently, the MTA was able to release what they proposed for a redesign of the Queens bus network, which includes modifying or perhaps discontinuing some routes to be more direct and to have better spacing, so that way there could be fewer stops and the buses could go quickly from one destination to the next. Now, I'll admit that when I took the Q60 to take an Orion 7 OG Hybrid one last time, I was surprised at how fast it went from one stop to the next, only because the stops were too close, which thankfully I didn't stay on the bus too long because I was able to get off at Woodside. But I'm just imagining for the others that have to go from point A to point B, it seems rather insignificant. So, admittedly, chances are that the Q60 might be one of the bus routes that will be under consideration. And what could especially help is modifying what's known in New York as the Boulevard of Death. Now, normally when it comes to a busway in New York City, you may think about 14th Street in Manhattan or Jamaica Avenue, I believe, in Queens, which there are advantages and disadvantages to that particular kind of busway. The disadvantage is that there's not that many cars that could go on there. But with Queens Boulevard, there's a good advantage of having potentially a higher density street for the local lanes where some homes and businesses are available, and for the ones that are just limited to cars just bypassing the area. In a way, that could be really eliminated from cars and just be converted to 3 lanes for buses. And for the stops that could probably be there, what could happen is you could probably have somewhat of an overpass as at each intersection where the bus stops will most likely be, and you could just walk up or perhaps take an elevator and then vice versa down to the platform, almost in a way almost taking the idea of bus rapid transit combined with the subway at the same time, if they start a select bus service on that route or not. And so that way there's no potential limit to cars. Again, have it limited to 3 lanes and the width of 3 lanes, that is, and expand the width of the other cars so that way there's a greater density on either side. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments.